फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I'm Surama Kaushik. Well, Team India will announce the squad for the upcoming Australia series in a short while. And for all those details, I have with me here Sahil Malhotra, Chetan Narula and Jamie Alder. Hello, Chetan, Sahil, and Jamie. Sahil, the squad will be announced in a short while at around 8:30 p.m. Tell me what all changes are expected. Especially, everybody wants to know who's going to replace Axar Patel.
I don't know. I think it's very clear now. Off spinner is definitely coming into the mix. I think that is what we have all gathered from Rohit Sharma's post-tournament presser yesterday, where he did speak about having that off spinner in the mix and that Ashwin is on call.
Yeah.
And Ashwin has also checked into NCA. He's doing a lot of white ball bowling, which I've heard, and he posted a video also a couple of days back. And Washington Sundar, he was part of the Asia Cup 11 for the final, so he's also there. So it'll be interesting to see which one of them makes the squad for the Australia ODIs, but one of them definitely will, because off spinner will come back into the mix, that's for sure. That's my personal feeling, a strong one.
That's what we heard from Rohit Sharma yesterday. Now, Jamie, when we heard Rohit Sharma, he said that Washington Sundar was called because he was match ready. He was already ready for the Asian Games, so he came up and for the final. But he's in constant conversation with Ravichandran Ashwin. Now, if you get a choice between Ashwin and Washington Sundar, who will you go with?
Washington Sundar, only because he's ticked off the one criteria required to come into the World Cup, that is played a one-day match in the last 19 months. Ashwin's last one-day match was in Jan 2022. Why his name is still being taken, mere samajh se bahar hai. Again, I don't take Rohit Sharma's statements very, very seriously. Kuch kehte, kuch aur hai. I understand what Ashwin brings to the table, absolutely. But the fact is, you're going to play someone who's not played that format for 19 months. It's a stupid decision. I think Rohit was just saying it because he has a habit of playing to the gallery. If any off spinner comes in, and we all know, यार हम बहुत हफ्तों से बात कर रहे हैं कि अक्षर पटेल का योगदान कुछ नहीं होगा इस वर्ल्ड कप में. You need an off spinner. The fact that he's been brought in, flew in overnight into Colombo, and now Axar Patel has doubts. I think if there's any indication he's going to be in the World Cup squad, we'll probably know that by 8:39 when that virtual press conference starts. If Washington Sundar is named in these 3 ODIs against Australia, मेरे हिसाब से chances बहुत हैं कि वो World Cup जाएंगे. But Ashwin, I would like to just, like, when you smoke and you throw the cigarette butt down and then you marrow it with your shoe, I personally would like to end all reference to Ashwin right there.
Okay. Now, Chetan, that's a fact that Ashwin hasn't played ODI format since 22. So, बहुत लंबा समय हो गया अश्विन को देखे हुए. But now, if we talk about Ashwin and Sundar, आपको क्या लगता है? Because सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि Ashwin is an experienced one, उन्हें होना चाहिए World Cup में. But on the other side, उन्होंने खेला भी नहीं है ODI format.
While I don't like to disagree with Jamie, for me, Ashwin is not in the reckoning because कि उन्होंने ODI cricket खेला नहीं है. वो भूल नहीं गए ODI cricket खेलना. He's played enough IPL. He's sharp enough. We have to see कि has he been bowling enough? Has he bowled well enough? तो IPL में he's bowled white ball cricket काफी, and he's bowled well also. So it's not like, or let's not forget कि वो last year T20 World Cup भी गए थे, which was actually more stupid than including him in the ODI World Cup. But let's forget that World Cup for a bit. मैं क्यों अश्विन को नहीं लेना चाहता? Because then it changes your balance. अभी आपका क्या balance है? अभी कुलदीप is your lead spinner. Jadeja is playing as an all-rounder. Okay, he's a spinner as part of a 2-spinner attack. And then you decide कि आपको शार्दुल खिलाना है या आपको अक्षर खिलाना है, depending on the conditions and everything. Ashwin के आने and let me just add, if you pick Washington Sundar, वो जो balance है वो बना रहेगा, right? I understand what I'm saying. वो balance आपका बना रहेगा कि Washington Sundar अगर आता है तो वो अक्षर के replacement में आ रहा है, तो then you're balancing अक्षर शार्दुल की जगह पे you're balancing Sundar and Shardul. Okay. The moment Ashwin comes in, he's not your, ठीक है, आप उसको definition में आप उसको spin all-rounder कह दो, but he's spin all-rounder only for the test format. Otherwise, he's a spinner who can bat a bit. The moment
But I think
Ashwin
Rohit
comes in,
Sharma, the fact that he's a spin all-rounder.
कहने को तो आप कुछ भी कह लो यार,
रोहित
कहने को इंडिया का राज ऐसे तो नहीं होता है ना, जो भी कुछ मर्जी भी कह लोगे ऐसे थोड़ी हो जाता है. सिर्फ वो टेस्ट क्रिकेट में he's a spin all-rounder. That also when playing at home. Overseas में he's your lead spinner. आज तक इंडियन क्रिकेट यही नहीं समझ पाया, इसलिए 2 वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप आपके वैसे ही चले गए. अभी आपको एक और वर्ल्ड कप भी घुमाना है उस चक्कर में. My point here is, the moment Ashwin comes into the picture, he becomes your lead spinner. Is he better than Kuldeep Yadav? Yes.
Okay.
Is he more experienced than Kuldeep Yadav? Yes. क्या उसको मार पड़ेगी तो will he lose the mental battle? No. So he becomes your lead spinner. Then who are your 2 best spinners? Ashwin and Kuldeep, not Jadeja. तो क्या आप जडेजा को बिठाओगे? So that whole bowling balance जो आपका बना हुआ है, वो उसी टाइम खत्म हो जाएगा. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because this Indian team management का कोई अता पता नहीं है ये क्या करेंगे फिर. Jamie is actually understanding what I'm saying.
Okay, so this is
from
one
that perspective.
so this is one equation that you are. So
Yeah,
this is one sort of an
basically I'm
equation
saying-
that you mentioned.
Basically, I'm saying कि Ashwin is so good that you need to not take him. That's what I'm saying. कि वो इतने अच्छे हैं bowler कि आप उनको ले नहीं सकते.
Okay. So you mean कि आप अगर उन्हें लेंगे तो आपका जो पूरा सेटअप है वो चेंज होने लगेगा और एक डिफरेंट इक्वेशन सामने आएगी. Let's hear it out from Sahil as well. Sahil, अगर अश्विन आते हैं तो ये एक प्लस होगा या फिर आपकी पूरी सेटिंग जो है टीम की वो थोड़ी चेंज होने लगेगी?
No, I think मैं सबसे ज्यादा सरप्राइज तो इस बात से हूँ कि वॉशिंगटन सुंदर मिक्स में क्यों है. The last 10-12 months, the way he has been bowling, the way he was like taken all over the park in the IPL, he has been very average with the ball. Why he was probably flown in for the final? Because a week before the Asia Cup final, he was playing the Bucci Babu semi-final for Tamil Nadu. So वहाँ वो 30-32 ओवर डाल के आया था, एक बड़ा 100 लगा के आया था मध्य प्रदेश के खिलाफ. So he ticked the boxes as far as match fitness was concerned, and I think that was probably the only reason why Ashwin wasn't on that flight, or maybe
And
because
Ashwin
one
was on holiday, and Ashwin has been on holiday. ये भी बोल दो. He's been holidaying with his
after the
family.
holiday he has checked into the NCA now. He has been in the
NCA,
NCA last week.
That is leading up to the World Cup. I'm just talking the Asia Cup final. Ashwin was on holiday.
Yeah. So Washington shouldn't be in the debate. I personally feel Washington. That's again the kind of situation where we find ourselves in when it comes to Axar and Jadeja. So Jadeja is a slightly better bowler in white ball, and then Axar on current form is looking a much better batter than Jadeja. So again, आप दोनों चाहते हो, and I think by now the team management has realized that Axar and Jadeja are going to be a very one-dimensional approach. Even if you decide to play 3 spinners in Axar, Kuldeep and Jadeja, which is going to be a rare situation, but even if it happens on a sluggish, slowing down, tiring surface midway through the World Cup, that gives your bowling attack a very one-dimensional look. And a lot again, the amount of pressure which we are putting Kuldeep under right now, I think that's a lot, because he's only wicket-taking option in the middle overs, because Jadeja is going to be that containing bowler, the partnership bowler, so to say. So Kuldeep is your attacking wicket-taking option, and then you have Lord Shardul if he plays, and he does Lord things which he has been doing well, picking those wickets over and over again. So I think you don't really need to put Kuldeep under a lot of pressure, because it's not a bilateral series. You're playing 9 one-day games on different surfaces. So that's where, I just don't agree with the thought of having Sundar into the mix. And for me, Ashwin's experience will come because it's a 10-over game. So you have 2 T20s going. वहाँ पे चल रहे हैं. You need थोड़ा thinking bowler चाहिए, जो एक अच्छा partnership bowler भी है. And Ashwin over the years, knows when to attack, when to defend from the other end, and could probably be, I agree with Chetan and Jamie that he's going to be a lead spinner. But I think right now you need a very good support spinner with Kuldeep, because Kuldeep अच्छे rhythm में है.
That's what Chetan was saying.
Yeah, so what I'm trying I just want to add here, अगर आप अश्विन को ला रहे हो टीम में, then make sure that Ashwin only comes into the picture when when you need to play 3 spinners. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
Ashwin is your
not at the cost of Jadeja.
No. Jadeja, I am saying he'll come in at the cost of Kuldeep because you look at
वो
Australia.
तो
यार.
पैकअप हो जाएगा फिर. That will be
नहीं,
backup if
look
they
at
bring him
Australia.
out.
आपका फर्स्ट मैच ही आप
Yeah.
चेन्नई में खेल रहे हो, ऑस्ट्रेलिया पैक्ड विद लेफ्ट हैंडर्स. उसी दिन रोहित का दिमाग
हाँ.
चलेगा, राहुल द्रविड़ का दिमाग चलेगा कि चलो हम अपना ऑफ स्पिनर खिलाते हैं.
तो चेतन भाई शार्दुल को बिठाओ ना ऐसे सिचुएशन में. शार्दुल आपको वैसे
हाँ,
15 रन
actually.
देगा. वो तो अश्विन दे देगा.
नहीं, देखो, नहीं, शार्दुल को आप ऐसे किसी भी रीजन से आप शार्दुल को नहीं बिठा सकते.
No, I'm just taking a lefty argument.
ये बात हम लोग अग्री कर चुके हैं. Let's stick to the points that we have agreed on. नहीं तो otherwise we'll keep on going in circles. Shardul will always play. He will only not play when you're getting surfaces like you're getting in Colombo. और ऐसे surfaces आपको अक्टूबर एंड से पहले नहीं दिखेंगे. जो बार-बार यूज हो चुके हैं, स्लो हो चुके हैं. चेन्नई में अभी जिस दिन चेन्नई में
Now, so we have all the teams here with all the left-handers. हाँ, Chetan, you were talking about Australia first. हाँ.
Australia will not play 10 left-handers in their 11.
No,
but
this
they'll
is the
play
squad.
5-6.
The mix-up of
No,
the squad.
this is the squad.
Yeah.
This is the
So,
squad.
you
Based
look
on
at it.
Asia Cup.
हाँ. So, I'm telling you, ये देखकर ही राहुल द्रविड़ के दिमाग की घंटी बजेगी, बोलेगा क्यों ना हम अश्विन को खिलाएं. And there goes your match. Also, I'll tell you right now, अगर आपने 3 स्पिनर खिलाए 8 अक्टूबर को, you're losing the game. So it has to be very calculative. और वहीं पे मेरे को इस इंडियन टीम मैनेजमेंट पे ट्रस्ट नहीं है. कैलकुलेशन इनके बस की नहीं है. ये ओवर कैलकुलेट करते हैं. कल मैं बैठ के सोच रहा था. कल हमने इतनी बहस की. हमने हमारे शो के बाद मैं सोच रहा था, जो 10 टीमें वर्ल्ड कप जा रही हैं, 50 रन जो चेज कर रहा होता, इंडिया के अलावा देयर इज नो टीम दैट वुड हैव चेंज्ड इट्स बैटिंग ऑर्डर. नो टीम, नॉट इवन नेदरलैंड्स. मैं इस बात पे लड़ने को तैयार हूं.
हाँ, I think we had a long conversation around that, and we were just talking. Sahil, you were not there in that conversation, and we were just talking about that. You know how India tried Ishan Kishan because it was just 50-run target, and उन्होंने सोचा कि ईशान किशन को भेज देते हैं, and everybody else was talking कि अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंग्लैंड होती, possibility बहुत ज़्यादा है कि वो कभी भी ऐसा टिंकर नहीं करते अपने opening pair के साथ. So that was the discussion that was happening. But now here let's talk about the squad that we are expecting for the Australia series. Now, Jamie, एक बहुत important question जो कि बार-बार हमसे सारे यहाँ पर जो है viewers वो पूछ रहे हैं कि ये सुंदर और अश्विन के बीच का टॉस अप तो ठीक है, और क्या-क्या changes expected है, and will the key players be rested for this series or not? Everybody wants to know क्या हो सकता है इसमें.
Again, I'll probably be proven 100% wrong. मुझे लगता नहीं है कि ऐसा कोई भी प्लेयर है जो एशिया कप गया था और जो वर्ल्ड कप जाएगा उसको 3 मैच की जरूरत है रेस्ट के लिए. I would say name them all and then rotate them in the match, right? Maybe Hardik Pandya is the one player who needs a 3-match break, only because his role is so vital across at least a minimum of 9 matches. Jasprit Bumrah, you can argue he comes very close, but I would still like to see him. Let's give him one-day match where he's still not bowled more than 5 overs since he came back. वर्ल्ड कप में आप 5 ओवर से तो नहीं काम चलाओगे ना जसप्रीत बुमराह से. बाकी maybe you rest, I don't know, विराट from 1 match, but don't give any player कि भाई तुम 3 हफ्ते के लिए तुम जाके करो. Half the time these injuries come up when players are not even on the park. Ravindra Jadeja being a major case. Just to keep them under your control, under your eyesight, सब कुछ स्क्वाड में डाल दो. नाम डालने के बाद then you can rotate and rest them. And final thing, just Ashwin, if Ashwin was so bloody good, आपने 1.5 साल से उनको बाहर क्यों किया था? And don't tell me it's because injured. Washington Sundar is your 3rd most successful one-day spinner in the last 1.5 years. Okay, better figures than Axar, better figures than Jadeja. आप उनको नहीं खिलाओगे, अश्विन को लाओगे, because आप इसको छुपाओगे कहाँ फील्ड पे? मुझे ये बताओ. 10 ओवर में Chetan has mentioned the batting नहीं होगा, right? Yes, it's a different matter. Okay, he came and did what Dinesh Karthik was supposed to do in the World Cup at the MCG. He came and hit the ball. Not दिमाग है, लेकिन भैया दिमाग से वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीतोगे. You will win the World Cup on the feel for one-day cricket, on playing the format, right? It's like you're going to call someone for the World Test Championship who's not played Test cricket for 2 years because he might be good. It doesn't work that way. And if they think along these lines, no disrespect, भैया World Cup तो आप भूल जाओ. You cannot be aiming. You cannot be Surama, you cannot be genuinely thinking about a World Cup team and drafting in someone जो 19 महीने से वो फॉर्मेट नहीं खेला. लॉजिक कहाँ है? If he was so good, you would have played him all the while, na? It's a bizarre thought that we're even discussing that name, and I'm a huge fan of him, by the way. But it just makes zero sense to me. None.
Mm-hmm. And I think, Jamie, the point that you mentioned right now, that are we going to go with the person who hasn't played the format for so long? I think yesterday we were having the same discussion around Surya Kumar Yadav, that he's been picked into the team on the basis of what he can do. Like everybody's thinking out there, okay, he can do this, but has he ever performed in the format? Is he even performing in the format? No. All the answers are no, no, no. But everyone's like,
But at
okay,
least,
he
but
can do
at
this.
least he's got a feel. Na? He's played 27 one days since the last time Ashwin played a match. So I would still say he makes some sense. Na? भाई आपने उसको देखा ही नहीं है. 3 match के लिए, you recall them after 4. And also let's keep in mind, Jan 22nd, it was 4.5 years, if I'm not wrong, since his last one day. तो वो तो तब भी आपके reckoning में नहीं थे. आप क्यों लेके आए उनको Jan में? His last one day should have been 2017. 17 के बाद आपने उनको 22 में लिया, 3 match में कुछ नहीं किया, and now that bowler is supposed to come play your World Cup. कहाँ की? Am I the only one seeing how banal this is?
17
well, I think ये थोड़ी देर में पता चल जाएगा.
Just want to add here कि 17 में I was talking to MSK Prasad, who was the chief selector, and he was like कि Jadeja Ashwin don't work in ODI cricket anymore. That was 17. आप 23 में वो वापस करना चाहते हो?
And we are still
And our
discussing.
captain is saying कि मैं उनको कॉल कर रहा हूँ. भाइयों बहनों भूल जाओ वर्ल्ड कप को. इनसे नहीं हो पाएगा. नहीं होगा. We're 2.5 weeks away and we're talking about Ashwin.
Yeah.
And huge fan of Ashwin.
Well,
Huge fan of
Absolutely, big fan, big fan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
I
work.
think there is
It doesn't work like that.
I think there is no question on his talent, but right now what Jamie is saying, it makes sense that उन्होंने इतने लंबे समय से खेला नहीं है, so why are we talking about Ashwin? But here साहिल आपके लिए एक question था, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले स्क्रीन पे फ्लैश हुआ था कि कौन से सीनियर प्लेयर्स रेस्ट होंगे इस ODI सीरीज में. आई थिंक इससे पहले जेमी ने भी इसका आंसर दिया था, बट आई ट्वीक दिस क्वेश्चन, आई पुट दिस थ्रू कि आपके पास विराट कोहली है, जसप्रीत बुमराह है, एवरीवन सेइंग कि ओके विराट कोहली शुड बी देयर, बट समवन लाइक जसप्रीत बुमराह, वी हैव सीन कि इंजरी इश्यूज कितने रहे हैं. सो गिवन दैट, आपको लगता है उन्हें रेस्ट करवाना चाहिए इस सीरीज में सो दैट देयर इज नो पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ इंजरी?
No rest for Bumrah. I think you should keep him warmed up. आप वो अगेन सो जेमी वाला थ्योरी और वो जो लॉजिक एकदम परफेक्ट है. आप किसी भी स्ट्रेंथ एंड कंडीशनिंग कोच से बात करोगे ना, दे विल टेल यू डोंट गिव टू मेनी ब्रेक्स बिटवीन कैलेंडर, बिकॉज just take the example of a good car running on a highway. आप हाईवे पे 5वें गियर पे चला रहे हो, all of a sudden you bring it to a screeching halt, then you expect it to deliver the same mileage over and over again. Let them be warmed up. Let Bumrah continue to play. उसका workload manage करो over 3 ODIs. And Virat Kohli should obviously play. I think I completely agree with Jamie that only player who should be rested for the simple reason is the role which he's going to play in the World Cup and the kind of importance he brings to the table and the balance which he lends to the squad. That is Hardik Pandya. Just wrap him in cotton wool for the next 1.5 months. Use him very judiciously. Don't go over the top with him when it comes to bilateral games. I think that should be an only exception. Otherwise, Rohit, Gill, Virat and Shreyas has to bat at 4 in all the 3 games. No questions. He is the only untested commodity in the squad, and the moment that box is ticked, I think we'll be in a far better space than where we were when the Asia Cup actually started. So apart from Hardik Pandya, I think there shouldn't be any discussion for rest. I think people who are there behind the scenes, the strength and conditioning coaches, the physios, the trainers who have been constantly tracking the workload of these players, they should be heard, and you obviously know the bodies of these players better. But I think the Hardik apart, full strength squad khilao. Look at Australia's team here. You just don't want it to be some other bilateral. Get confidence under your belt before the series. Asia Cup के बाद 3-0 फैंटी लग गई यहाँ पे ना, तो फिर चेन्नई से पहले रिकवरी होने का भी टाइम नहीं है, क्योंकि त्रिवंतपुरम और आई थिंक हैदराबाद, आई एम नॉट श्योर व्हाट द सेकंड वार्म अप वेन्यू, आई फॉरगॉट द सेकंड वार्म अप वेन्यू, जो 2 वार्म अप so 2 warm up ही हैं आपके पास 3 ODI के बाद. So play your best side, just use the players well, rotate them well, give Shami also proper game time, because you just played him in 1 game if I'm not wrong. You played him in 1 game, so ensure that he's in the right rhythm. Siraj is ticking all the boxes, Bumrah is there, you have your 2 spinners, and probably third one could be added at 8:30. Jamie Chetan wouldn't like it, but I have a feeling Ash could well be on the squad sheet there.
Yeah, the clock is ticking, and we
I
have to
disagree.
wait only till 8:30. Now, just a second, Chetan. Now, there, Sahil, I want you to please give an update on Shreyas Iyer as well. कल तो रोहित शर्मा ने कह दिया 99% वो fine है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, लेकिन देखा जाएगा. Do you have any other update on Shreyas
No,
Iyer?
he's playing. He's playing. Last I heard, late last night, I got a text that he's completely fit for Australia series. अब आज अगर कुछ हो गया, कोई report आ गया ऐसा, so I don't really know. So I was tracking him for the last 3-4 days. Because we read. So again, slightly deviate कर रहा हूँ topic से. Shivam Mavi का statement आया that he has a back injury. That is why he has been ruled out of Asian Games. That boy has a stress fracture in his 12th rib. तो बहुत कन्वीनियंटली हम जनरलाइज कर देते हैं इंजरीज को. सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विद दीस प्लेयर्स. तो अगर बैक स्पैज्म लिख दिया, अब मैं कोई डॉक्टर नहीं हूं यार, बैक स्पैज्म को हम 4 डेफिनेशंस में रीड कर सकते हैं. वर्कलोड से हुआ, कुछ ट्रिगर हुआ, कुछ पुराना इंजरी ट्रिगर हुआ, सर्जरी का कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशन हुआ. सो दैट इज व्हाई अ वेरी कॉशियस अप्रोच वाज फॉलोड विद श्रेयस, एंड रोहित कंफर्म 99% boxes have been ticked. I got a confirmation yesterday that he's for sure playing the Australia ODIs. अब आज सुबह से लेकर रात तक फ्लाइट के अंदर कुछ गड़बड़ अगर ना हुई हो तो he is going to be there on the squad sheet.
So right now, the ones who are watching our live show, you can tick this and you can note it down that Shreyas Iyer is going to play in the 3-match ODI series against Australia. Right now, Sahil mentioned it, but we'll have to wait till 8:30 as well. Now, Chetan, we got a question for you. He was asking, Harsh is asking that is Jadeja's batting a worry going into the World Cup? काफी बातचीत हो रही है Jadeja की batting के बारे में ODI में. I want you to put some light on that.
It's an excellent question, and I'm glad somebody raised this point. I think it's not just his batting, his bowling as well. I think Jadeja is going to. अब ये मैं कह रहा हूँ, और thankfully there are no Jadejians on Twitter or wherever. छुपे होंगे कहीं पे. Jadeja is going to this World Cup just on reputation. ये मैं आज पहले भी एक शो में कह चुका हूँ. Ravindra Jadeja is going to the 2023 ODI World Cup just because he's Ravindra Jadeja, just because his name is Ravindra Jadeja. In the Asia Cup and before that, even in the IPL, apart from the final and probably the week before the final, I have not seen enough from Ravindra Jadeja this year जो मुझे बताए कि he is back to his white ball best. टेस्ट मैच को आप साइड रख दो, उसको वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप का फाइनल खिला के तो आपने वैसे ही वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप हार गए थे आप. बट his if you're just comparing two left arm spin all rounders today, मैं अक्षर पटेल को, if I am the selector, if I am Rohit Sharma, I am taking Axar Patel over Ravindra Jadeja. It might sound like a stupid statement. अक्षर पटेल की फील्डिंग इज 1/4 के बराबर भी नहीं है रविंद्र जडेजा के. रविंद्र जडेजा को आप फील्ड से हटा दोगे 30%. That's true, that's possibly true. लेकिन वो फॉर्मेट अलग है, तो अभी आप उसको शुभम अभी उसको रहने देते हैं. अब मैं सिर्फ ओडीआई फॉर्मेट की बात कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. जडेजा को आप टीम से हटा दो तो 30% इंडिया की फील्डिंग वहीं गिर जाती है. बट एज मच एज दैट इज ट्रू, you need to see what are his key performance parameters. That's with the bat and the ball. He's not the same bowler. White ball bowler. He's not the same white ball bowler. He was never a great white ball bowler. But he's not even that level anymore. आप statistics उठा के देखो. And with the bat, हमारा focus जो था सारा हमारे top 4 पे था. इंडिया की प्रिपरेशन की इतनी धज्जियां उड़ी हुई थी कि आप सिर्फ टॉप 4 की बैटिंग के बारे में सोच रहे थे एशिया कप में. आपने देखा ही नहीं कि 5 और 6 के बाद आपकी बैटिंग ही नहीं है. हाँ, आपने खिला लिया. खिलाने से आपकी छुट्टी नहीं हो जाती है. कितने रन बनाए जडेजा ने, कितने बनाए शार्दुल ने, इवन अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश, इवन अगेंस्ट श्रीलंका, इवन अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान और पहले वाले मैचेस में. इट इज अ वरी, इट इज अ ह्यूज वरी. उस बेसिस पे मैं अकेले अक्षर पटेल को अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिली. ही परफॉर्म्ड इन वेस्ट इंडीज. जडेजा डिड नॉट परफॉर्म इन वेस्ट इंडीज आल्सो, जहां भी उनको खिलाया गया. For me, it's शार्दुल की बैटिंग और जडेजा की बैटिंग is a major concern for me. But talking just about Jadeja, he's going to the World Cup based on reputation alone. मेरा बस, if like I said, if I'm the chief selector and I'm Rohit Sharma today, I would bring in and Axar Patel is fit, of course. I would bring in Axar and drop Ravindra Jadeja, but I don't think Indian cricket is ready for that conversation.
Also, Chetan, you talked about Jadeja's bowling.
यहाँ पे सुरम्या का इंटरनेट फिर से रुक चुका है नहीं और मैं एक और पॉइंट भी कहना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे हम लोग उससे
Can you
पहले
hear
हम
me?
बात करते थे या
Now Gopal is asking you, do you now accept Kuldeep's far better spinner than Chahal?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I still don't. He's a better spinner on paper. He's a better spinner in terms of the turn he gets, in terms of the flight he gets. But it's not just about the turn and the flight and the wickets that you get. It's also about what's here. Has Kuldeep proven कि उसको पिटाई पड़ेगी और उसकी टूर्नामेंट नहीं खत्म नहीं हो जाएगी? He's not been tested in the Asia Cup. He's not been tested in West Indies. चहल के साथ क्या प्रॉब्लम है मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा है. He's obviously short. His confidence is short. He's more focused on Instagram reels and social media and whatever else is happening in his life. His focus is nowhere there. लेकिन I'm talking about चहल जो जो चिन्ना स्वामी का राजा था यार चहल. मैं उस चहल की बात कर रहा हूँ.
वहीं से स्लाइड शुरू हुआ. I think slide वहीं से शुरू हुआ है. The moment he was released, new setup.
Tell me, it's been 15 years of IPL. Tell me one spinner who's excelled at Chinnaswamy apart from Chahal.
Yeah.
And when your franchisee lets you go, जब आपके कैप्टन ने बात नहीं की, आपके कोच ने बात नहीं की, आपके टीम डायरेक्टर ने आपसे बात नहीं की, आपको उन्होंने रिटेन नहीं किया.
12 में हसरंगा खरीदा. I think 12 था.
12 में हाँ आपको रिटेन नहीं किया. वेट 12 में हसरंगा खरीदा. आपके लिए बिड किया, पैडल भी नहीं उठाया 7 करोड़ में.
Exactly.
हसरंगा के लिए आपने 12 करोड़ का पैडल उठा दिया. लेकिन नहीं 10.5 करोड़ का पैडल था. 10.5 करोड़ का पैडल उठाया हसरंगा के लिए, लेकिन 7 करोड़ का पैडल नहीं उठाया आपने. तो एग्जैक्टली बेन स्टोक्स और बेयरस्टो ने बहुत मारा था.
But Kuldeep is a different bowler than that.
कुलदीप को
Also,
ऐसा नहीं है कि चहल को मार नहीं पड़ी है. माय पॉइंट इज चहल को जब मार पड़ती है ही रिटर्न्स फ्रॉम इट. कुलदीप ने अभी तक ये नहीं दिखाया है कि मार पड़ने के बाद कैन ही रिटर्न फ्रॉम इट एंड ही इज गोइंग टू बी आवर लीड स्पिनर. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. द मोमेंट
there'll be a task for him now. That'll be the biggest task for him now.
अश्विन को खिलाने का सबसे बड़ा खतरा यही है कि जिस दिन कुलदीप को मार पड़ गई अगले मैच में ही इज गॉन एंड देन अश्विन becomes your top spinner in the World Cup in 2023. That's a problem. So
But I believe that it'll be the biggest test for him now. It'll be the biggest test for him because he has to bounce back and he has to perform now because he has done that in Asia Cup, and now as you are saying the real test will come against Australia. So I think that will be the biggest test for him.
which is why there are I have a few disagreements with what
जेमी ने ये नहीं कहा भाई, गलत कोट कर रहा है.
Jamie, I don't remember when Jamie said that.
Okay,
वो भाई
मैं यहाँ पे मैं साहिल और जेमी से थोड़ा सा डिसएग्री करता हूँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज के लिए कि आपको सारे प्लेयर्स को खिलाना चाहिए. हार्दिक शुड नॉट प्ले इवन अ सिंगल गेम. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि उसको रेस्ट कराओ आप. He should be part of the side. He should be bowling in the nets. He should be doing nets only, ताकि उसकी rhythm बनी रहे. But he should not be playing a single game. Bumrah should be playing one game, not more than that, because you need Shami in that rhythm. Siraj should be playing maybe 1 or 2 games. That's it. Because you can play Prasidh Krishna. Even KL Rahul should not be playing all 3 matches. Depending on the result of the series. So there are more than a few players, and Bumrah or Hardik. Boss, if Hardik gets injured, your World Cup is
done
that day.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
So, boss, like, he should not be playing the entire World Cup also.
Absolutely. उसको last group stage वाला मैच तो हटा देना अगर सेमीफाइनल पहुंच गए.
नेदरलैंड्स मत खिलाओ उसे नेदरलैंड्स मत खिलाना. तब तक तो वैसे इंडिया क्वालीफाई कर चुका होगा, होपफुली.
अगर किया तो
होपफुली बोला तो होपफुली. So
today we are getting Chetan, we are getting very interesting questions out here. I'll put this question not to you, especially not to you. I'll put this question to Jamie. We're getting very interesting questions today.
जेमी को ऐसे सुनना चाहूंगा तारे ज़मीं पर की तरह, क्योंकि अब संजू सैमसन पे इतना बात हो चुकी है.
And that's why I said I don't want to put this question to
Jamie, your
Chetan.
response has to be within
Now,
140 characters.
दवाइयां ले रहा हूं यार, मैं नहीं करता इस पे रिस्पॉन्ड.
Jamie, your response to this question.
Look,
That's the answer. Let me tell you, that was the answer.
no, I'll tell you. Look, Chetan and I have gone back and forth on this on the basis, and I've not changed my tone in that sense, on the basis of results and stats, any day, I will have Sanju Samson, right? Chetan will rebut me saying that Sanju Samson is a stat padder. Not going to deny that. But the first part of that term, Suryakumar Yadav doesn't even have that. He doesn't have stats. Okay. He's just a padder. So, on the basis of performance, I will pick Samson. But the fact is, we move beyond Sanju Samson. The Sanju Samson discussion ended in the West Indies series when he had a great chance to ram down that place, but he didn't, right? He didn't. He did not. If he comes in, I'll be happy because I still feel on his given day, he will do more. And for the first time, I'm going on what he can do. Everyone, when it comes to Sky, is what he can do. He can do great things. But point is that वो नहीं कर पा रहे. But Sanju Samson, if they now take 2 steps back, not 1 but 2, and bring in Samson, who I understand was there as a reserve player, you've not played him, and whatever confidence he had, I think it was shot in the West Indies where he himself knows कि भैया मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाया. आयरलैंड जाके पता नहीं 42 के आसपास इनका स्कोर था. ऐसी वाहियात शॉट मारा, मतलब मैं ऐसा शॉट मारता हूं तो मैं खुद बोलूंगा यार मैं 4 मैच से अपने आप को ड्रॉप कर रहा हूं. Samson was playing that kind of shot. So let's not go back to Sanju Samson. Like I'm saying, it is not time to bring in Ashwin. It's not time to bring in players जो अभी आपके scheme of things में नहीं है. And I know यार, nobody thought Akshar will get injured. But even if he is, whoever replaces Akshar should be right there. And Washington is right there. अश्विन आपके रियर व्यू मिरर में नहीं है. आपने उन्हें हाईवे पे बहुत पहले उनको बोला भैया आप उतर जाओ यहां से, आपका स्टॉप आ चुका है. अब you're going there, right? Just think about it. If you remove those 3 one-days he played, he last played in 2017. मतलब सोचो, Chetan gave the answer when he spoke to MSK Prasad. The same thing, Samson. हाँ वो आपके रियर व्यू मिरर में थे, अभी भी हैं, but यार अब नहीं.
Yeah. So I think Jamie just now answered this, what he is doing in ODIs and whether he's showing any confidence or not. And we all saw he got one chance in Asia Cup, what Surya did with that chance. So I think let's not go there. Chetan, you were saying something there on Suryakumar Yadav and Sanju Samson. Were you? Chetan?
Yeah, I was, but it doesn't really matter.
Now, so that's why I didn't put any question on Sanju Samson. Okay, through you. Now,
no, I think I'll quickly add something. On this 18 squad thing. क्यों चाहिए 18 लोग यार? मतलब 18 लोग का squad. Why do you need it? मतलब at max, if you would need someone only if Asian Games itinerary allows, you can probably have Tilak Verma in the mix because आपको इस टाइम पे 3 एक्स्ट्रा प्लेयर कौन सी प्लानिंग के लिए चाहिए? When are you next playing an ODI after the World Cup? Right now, your only focus has to be the World Cup. Huh?
You're playing immediately in South Africa, pre-ODI.
But
after we have ODIs in South Africa.
But
South Africa पे ODI क्यों?
But हाँ, मतलब gap है 2 हफ्ते का gap.
आपको ऐसा प्लानिंग नहीं करना. बड़े टूर्नामेंट के लिए कि इमीडिएट आपके सर पे कुछ है, so that you need to unearth 50 over players. Yes, you don't need to unearth new players. So the only player I would personally would want in the mix is Tilak Verma because again very highly rated and I think he looked good with the ball. अच्छा हाथ से निकल रहा था उसके बॉल. अब देखो मार तो सबको पड़ सकती है यार, but the ball was coming nicely out of his hand and he wasn't like your वो सूर्य कुमार यादव, श्रेयस अय्यर टाइप ऑफ बॉलर जो 1-1.5 ओवर फेंक सकते हैं. But Tilak showed that he can actually if he's worked upon 3-4-5 ओवर आपको on a good surface he can give you. So just keep him in the mix if your Asian Games itinerary allows that. Well, I think they're playing their first game on 29th or 28th. 28th से starting. So
28th से starting. Yeah, 28th से शुरू होगा.
Arshdeep Singh China जा रहा है. Arshdeep Singh is going to China for the Asian Games.
गेम्स के लिए वो रेडी हो चुके हैं ना. साहिल का यहाँ पे कहने का मतलब था, जो भी साहिल ने कहा उनके कहने का ये मतलब था कि ऐसा इमीडिएट नहीं सोचेंगे. सो ही एक्चुअली इज रेजोनेटिंग विद दैट फेमस मीम दैट यू सी ऑन सोशल मीडिया कि ऐसा इमीडिएट नहीं सोचे बट सोचेंगे. दैट इज हाउ टीम इंडिया इज वर्किंग राइट नाउ. ओके Chetan, again this question is about Ravi Bishnoi and Chahal. Why Team India is so obsessed with creating batting superstars? Do you think so Team India is obsessed with the batting superstars?
Yeah, absolutely. Viratians or Rohitians.
And not, but aren't they focused? No, that's something else on social media.
वो छोड़ो वो छोड़ो, उन्होंने कुछ तो किया है लाइफ में. संजू सैमसन ने क्या किया जो सैमसोनियंस होते हैं. So they are the most villa people in life. मतलब आप अगर संजू सैमसन के फैन हो तो आप छोड़ दो, क्रिकेट आपके लिए नहीं है. Anyway, see, जहाँ तक सुपरस्टार की बात है, नहीं देखो, सुपरस्टार हम ही बनाते हैं यार. You have to realize that. स्टार स्पोर्ट्स बनाता है सुपरस्टार. श्रीनिवास राव हमारे जो एडिटर हैं वो आपको बताएंगे how much Star Sports has invested in making a superstar out of Virat Kohli, and probably Jio Cinema will do the same with Rohit Sharma now, whatever is left of his career. Look, or Hardik Pandya, or Ishan Kishan, or whoever, obvious reasons.
Surya Kumar Yadav.
My point is, huh?
Surya Kumar Yadav,
Surya
your
Kumar
flag
Yadav.
bearer in T20 cricket.
Exactly. Surya Kumar Yadav. So
India is going to
this
give
is some
rest
interesting
information
Yes.
from dressing room.
dressing room.
ड्रेसिंग रूम है ही नहीं भाई, सब अपने रूम में चले गए.
ये हमसे सवाल क्यों पूछ रहे हैं? हमें पूछने चाहिए ऐसे सवाल. Anyway, listen. My point is this.
I would love Manupa to also tell us कि वो कौन से 3 main players है, so we can discuss on that.
लेकिन
Yes,
कल वापस
Jay.
जरूर आना है. कल के शो. हाँ, ये नहीं कि भाग जाओ उसके बाद. Anyway, see, my point is answering that question. It's did he say Chahal? क्योंकि रवि बिश्नोई मुझे.
And Bishnoi.
Yeah, Bishnoi.
दोनों.
Ravi Bishnoi ka case is really strange because whenever the guy, exactly, Chahal isn't in the squad because see, ये हमने पहले भी discuss किया है, and I haven't seen this gentleman पहले, तो I'll explain it again. It's also about कि आपका कैप्टन आप पे कितना कॉन्फिडेंस दिखाता है, आपका कैप्टन आप पे कितना भरोसा करता है, क्या आप उसके प्लान्स के मुताबिक बॉलिंग कर पा रहे हो. चहल समवेयर वो कहीं से उनकी गाड़ी ना पटरी से उतर गई है. The way he's been bowling, the way his focus is not there, and he has वो रोहित शर्मा से इन सिंक नहीं हो पाए हैं किसी तरीके से. आप ODI वर्ल्ड कप को छोड़ो, the fact that he went to Australia and the T20 World Cup squad, एक गेम नहीं दिया उन्हें. That was the biggest indicator कि रोहित शर्मा को कोई और रिस्ट स्पिनर दे दो, मैं चला जाता हूँ रिस्ट स्पिन करने के लिए. He'll prefer me over युजवेंद्र चहल. That's the kind of vibe you get. जहाँ तक बिश्नोई की बात है, I think it's a huge tournament. You need the experience, you need the know-how. बिश्नोई hasn't got enough chances. अब वो chances क्यों नहीं मिले हैं वो हमें सेलेक्टर्स को पूछना है, हमें कभी जवाब नहीं मिला है. बिश्नोई is being tried for the T20 World Cup. क्या उनको वहाँ पे जगह मिलेगी क्योंकि उनको T20 साइड में opportunities मिल रहे हैं? I personally believe Bishnoi is an all-format spinner for you for the future. But so far he's not been given the opportunities. So yeah.
No, just adding to Bishnoi, I seriously don't know what has happened with how Rahul Chahar was handled the moment he exited the MI setup. I seriously, kind of continue to lose my hair over it because he was again a very gifted spinner. Control tha, was quicker through the air. He had what it takes, and he has been a very good lower order batter for Rajasthan in the domestic setup too. So वो कहाँ गया? Kings 11 पंजाब के अंदर भी flashes of उसके पुराने days दिखते हैं, but I don't really know how he was handled the moment he left the MI setup.
No, I'll disagree with you a little bit over there. वो spark जो आपको बिश्नोई में दिखती है, मैं तो कहूँगा वो आपको spark कुलदीप में भी दिखती है, वो राहुल चहर की गेंदबाजी में मुझे नहीं नजर आई थी. Even as a wrist spinner जो वो spark होती है ना, वो बात राहुल चहर में, maybe my judgment is wrong, but and probably Sahil knows the backstory a bit better than me, I don't know, but वो जो spark थी, a good bowler जो चहल चिन्नास्वामी में कर रहे थे वो अभी वो राजस्थान रॉयल्स के लिए भी कर रहा है. So irrespective of the setup, you should be able to perform in the same way.
Yeah. No, I like Ravi Bishnoi, but I kind of बहुत weird चीज है जो
you should look at. I know, and you should look at how fiercely Gambhir likes to back somebody like a Ravi Bishnoi. That tells you that something is there, with that kid.
Something is there. It's got the spark.
Probably, चलो कोई तो excited हुआ यार, मेरे को excitement ही नहीं हो रही है. Chahar, I don't know, he was taken to Punjab. And it's not like कि पंजाब के पास bowler ही bowler है. पंजाब के पास तो bowler ही नहीं है. So he's not been able
हरप्रीत
to.
बरार है उनका लीड स्पिनर.
Yeah, so where is
साहब
that?
लीड.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
कहने का मतलब ये है कि you are coming from Mumbai Indians with such a
that's
huge
all.
reputation. I mean, that's fine. That's
So
not a
he's
problem.
saying
I
that
don't know. That's not a problem. अगर आप स्पेन की जो टीम होती
I
है
think
फुटबॉल
if
उसमें रियल मैड्रिड और बार्सिलोना के प्लेयर्स ही होते हैं because they are the best.
हाँ, अगर अगर
There is
अच्छे
nothing
प्लेयर्स
wrong.
आपको किसी एक टीम से मिल रहे हैं तो आप उन्हें लेंगे ना अपनी इंडियन टीम में. सो आई थिंक दैट्स हाउ यू शुड गो विद दैट. सो आई थिंक इट्स नॉट दैट केस.
रियल
तो हम यहाँ
स्पेन की टीम में 11 खिलाड़ी में से 9 खिलाड़ी रियल मैड्रिड और बार्सिलोना के होते हैं.
हाँ, तो अगर
Because they
किसी
are the
टीम में
best
से
team.
अच्छे खिलाड़ी हैं तो आपको उनको टीम में लेकर आना चाहिए एंड देन यू शुड सी कि वो किस तरह से आपकी इंडियन टीम में खेल रहे हैं नहीं खेल रहे हैं. साहिल, क्विक क्वेश्चन, द लास्ट वन आउट देयर. यहाँ पर सब लोग बात कर रहे हैं कि आज स्क्वाड अभी अनाउंस होगा फॉर द ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज और वहाँ पे फिर प्लेइंग 11 की भी काफी चर्चा हो रही है. आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू, हर मैच में बिकॉज इट्स 3 मैच ओडीआई सीरीज, आप चाहेंगे कि आप बार बार चेंजेस करके अलग अलग प्लेयर्स को टेस्ट करें इस सीरीज में या फिर यू वुड लव टू वॉच सेम प्लेयर्स प्लेइंग ऑल द 3 मैचेस? And I'm asking from the point of view of someone like Surya Kumar Yadav. Will you like to watch him in all the 3 matches, or will you test him in just 1 or 2 matches and then try to see the other combinations as well?
See, Surya is not going to start until unless there's a major problem in the squad and the balance. कि कोई injury हो जाता है ऐसा ill time. Surya is not going to start for you. Shreyas is starting for you और आपका toss up होने वाला है Shreyas, Ishan और KL के बीच में आप 2 खिला सकते हो to keep the balance intact. So make sure that if these 3 are in your squad, these 3 get the maximum game time. Above KL and Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer must play 3 games because एक वो उसके माइंड से ब्लॉक के हटना जरूरी है यार कि जब मैं पार्क पे जाऊंगा इंजर्ड ना हो जाऊं. सो गिव हिम 3 गेम्स और सूर्य को आपको टेस्ट करना है, वार्म अप में खिला लेना. दिस इज नॉट द टाइम टू टेस्ट सूर्य कुमार यादव बिकॉज ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू स्टार्ट एनी विच वे. दीज 3 मिडल ऑर्डर ऑप्शंस नीड टू बी टेस्टेड. Then again, Jadeja's batting is a concern. One of the games, send him at number 5 when there are 25 overs left in the game. उसको चांस दो यार. वो मैडनेस बैटिंग जो कर रहा है, जो वो बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ आके वो छक्का मारने गया था लेंथ बॉल के ऊपर, वो कहां आंख बंद करके घुमा दिया. कॉर्पोरेट क्रिकेट चल रहा था क्या वो जो उसने मारा था?
That was a really bad shot. Terrible shot.
Yeah, that was, and against the run of play that was not required. So I think I would want Shreyas to play all games. One of the games you give 20-25 overs for Ravindra Jadeja just to go out there, feel the ball. 50 बॉल पे भी 20 बना, कोई बात नहीं, खेल, spend time in the middle. Because again IPL के अंदर भी वो बैटिंग नहीं दिखता because वहां तो धोनी भी बैटिंग नहीं करता है ना. वहां चेन्नई का बैटिंग ऑर्डर is such, even players don't know where they are going to bat on the given day. So he hasn't been getting that much white ball batting of late. तो अभी जितना चांस मिल रहा है यही मिल सकता है. Give him good 20-25 overs in one of the games and Shami को ensure that he's in the rhythm. Why Shami is important to be in the rhythm? Because unlike rhythm, but Shami strives on that rhythm. He's a very rhythmic. When he comes back from a long off, आपको दिखेगा उसको.
Can I answer this?
I believe there's some network issue. हाँ, yes.
I think Shami को you should make sure to keep in rhythm.
Yeah, I think Sahil has pretty much answered it. Chetan, yes, your take, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, so जैसा इन्होंने कहा है, can we have that quote up there? अगर आप देखो,
Jason's
I guess he's talking about, he's taking it from the spinner discussion जो हम कर रहे थे. ये जो मैंने आपको स्टेटमेंट दिया ना, ये हर प्लेयर के लिए वैलिड नहीं है. हर प्लेयर के लिए एक डिफरेंट चीज वैलिड होती है. Everybody fills a separate role in the side. और जहाँ तक आपने ये सवाल पूछा है कि it's about experience, Sky has the experience. Skill, Sky has the skill. Temperament, Sky has the temperament. It's just not working for him for some reason. Probably because उसके साथ बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट किया गया है. 3, 4, 5, 6 कहीं भी बैटिंग करा देते हैं, कोई रोल नहीं दिया गया है. So जो एक प्लेयर के लिए जो चीज वैलिड है वो हर प्लेयर के लिए वैलिड नहीं होती है. यहाँ पे देयर आर सम स्पॉट्स जो अपने आप भर जाती हैं स्क्वाड में, अपने आप भर जाती है प्लेइंग 11 में. इंडिया जैसी टीम की 11 में से 9 स्पॉट्स, 10 स्पॉट्स अपने आप भरी जाती हैं. एक स्पॉट रहती है जो आप कंडीशंस के हिसाब से भरते हो. स्क्वाड में भी आपकी 13 स्पॉट्स भरी हुई हैं. लास्ट की जो 2 स्पॉट्स हैं 15 में से, वो आप भरते हो और उसी पे डिस्कशन चल रहा है. सो व्हाट वी से हियर इज नॉट, अगर मैंने आपको चहल और बिश्नोई के बारे में बोला है, दैट डज नॉट अप्लाई टू सूर्य कुमार यादव और शार्दुल ठाकुर और शुभमन गिल और ईशान.
Well, I think that makes a lot of sense there because whenever Surya Kumar Yadav's topic will come in, people have their own perceptions about why he's in the team or why he's not in the team, and then they'll compare him with Sanju Samson and all of those things. Now, we had a great discussion out here. Thank you so much, Chetan, Sahil, and Jamie for joining with me. Now, we will also talk about once the squad is announced. So, after the squad, we will be connected with you all in the live session. Thank you so much, Chetan.
Thank you.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।